Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
You are once again welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like and also share to other members to watch as well. You can equally leave a comment at the comment section after watching or send us a voice note on our WhatsApp number, which is 0277128777. Thank you. I want you to join me listening to what KSM also have to say or tell the MPP in opposition. He said a lot of things, and he also tell them not to fight success based on the unnecessary speech and comments Afenyo markings and the like are making on the dollar depreciation, trying to understand the reason behind the dollar depreciation, which is also against what they were saying, that they should stop the political view of comments, and also tell them not to be acting, or as they are in opposition, they should not make sense. Being in opposition doesn't tell them to speak nonsense, if I get him clearly. He said a lot of things, which I would like you to join me listening to what he said into detail. This station still remains PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and detailed facts. Don't go anywhere, just stay tuned and watch or listen to what he said into detail. Thank you.
I like my hello beginnings, man. One day may extend that one. Anyway, folks, welcome one more time to Talk Shop, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. As we always say here, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. And like we always ask you, and you always answer, what time is it? It's nation time, man. It's nation time. You know, I mean, we keep saying this, but you watch. You watch. It will manifest itself one day, about as the guys will say. Anyway, welcome to Talk Shop, and today we are here, and there's something I want to tell you. You know me, I like stories though, because I go way back. Sometimes I tell stories, very significant stories, man. Let me tell you something. Way back, I don't remember what year it was. Many of you were not born. That time, President Ronald Reagan was the president of the US of A. I was there. And there was something that happened then. One of the US Air Force planes was shot in Syria. And they captured the captain. They captured the captain of the US Air Force. He was shot in Syria, you know. And so he was being kept as a hostage. And guess what? The US government was like, we don't negotiate with terrorists, we don't go and negotiate. And Jesse Jackson, those of you who remember him, this African-American civil rights person, Jesse Jackson says, no, it's not about negotiating with terrorists. I can go and speak with Assad at Syria and get his release. No, don't go. All that thing. But anyway, folks, the end of the story is this. Reverend Jesse Jackson did go to Syria. He did negotiate with the president of Syria, and he brought back the Air Force pilot who had been shot. Man, can you imagine? So of course the media was very excited, because Ronald Reagan has said, no, there's no point in going, don't go, you won't succeed, and all of that. But Jesse went to Syria and brought back the pilot. And when he came back, of course, the journalists were asking President Ronald Reagan, what do you feel about this? He said it wasn't possible. He is now back. What do you feel about this? Do you know what President Reagan said? And I will never forget it. He says, you don't quarrel with success. I said, you don't quarrel with success. He said he was going to do the thing. Why, yeah? What am I going to say again? And why am I talking so much plenty? Plenty. Why? Because there's something happening in our politics. And I guess it's because of the bipartisan nature of our politics. We blatantly quarrel with success. When you're Ghana, you can see that this thing's successful. Just admit it, or at best, don't say anything. But you can't quarrel with success. Let me ask you a few things. Do you think that if Nana Addo had been able to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa?
Last year, I reiterated before you my pledge of improving sanitation in the country and making Accra the cleanest city in Africa by the end of my term.
Who could have quarreled with them? And in that one, Accra is the cleanest city in Africa. And in that one, you can see it. You can't quarrel with success. Do you think right about now, if there was a sky train moving up and down our skies, that we can see, actually there's a sky train. I went in from Nonsėnsė to Accra, the sky train, the Koye. Who could have quarreled with it? You can't quarrel with success. Folks, I'm doing this over and over again to get you to understand something. You can't, don't even try to quarrel success. Would they just leave it alone? The best you can do, don't say anything. Why am I saying all of this? Look, in spite of the unfortunate legacy that we inherited from the NPP, in spite of that, the level of debt, the level of bankruptcy, nothing to write home about. We know these facts. And then you hear somebody, what's his name? I think his name is Boadu, saying it will take NDC 40 years. And they still cannot even accomplish what Nana Addo did in 8 years. Really?
Even in the midst of the Akosu Nina, Nyema Nana Addo Danko Akufo-Addo, it will be here within 8 years now. It will take NDC over 40 years.
And so be to buy the same.
In terms of a choir, in terms of school, in terms of digitization, so
really? No, I know it's politics, you know, so you can just say anything. But I'm still advising everybody who is in a position now, or who may be in a position. The fact that you're in a position doesn't mean you shouldn't make sense. At least talk intelligently. The legacy that you have left Ghana is very, 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 very interesting. That you can be so proud of the legacy and say, I can give the NDC 40 years. They can't do what we did in 8 years. What happened in 8 years? What happened? And folks, if anything at all is an indication that the people were frustrated, it's the election results. The election results was a clear indication that the people were frustrated and they wanted a change. Election results in Kwao, look at how they painted Ghana green with NDC getting all. No, all I'm saying is this. This is Philly. You can't quarrel with success. You can't. If you want to quarrel success, do it strategically. Come up from an angle that you have thought of, that what they told her no be a dream. Say, hey, Charlie, I am Paul. That's intelligence at work. Oh. You could be coming up from a totally different angle, but you think about it so well strategically. Say, once you drop it, whether it's true, people are like, hey, Charlie, this thing makes sense. So it makes sense. Mr. John Boadu. It makes sense, but don't say that it will take the NDC 40 years to do what was accomplished by in 8 years by NPP. The results of the election alone should tell you that people were not happy with whatever was accomplished. Anyway, let's move on. You can't quarrel with success. Why am I talking about that today? Folks, you know, let me tell you something that I have really admired about the current finance minister, Ato Forson, and the governor of the Bank of Ghana, the Siama. Let me tell you something I've admired about them. Very quietly. Very quietly, no noise, no fuss. Very quietly, I hear the two of them are meeting on a daily basis thinking of strategy, how to build back the currency. The cedi depreciated to an extent. At one point, it was exchanging for over 17 cedis for the dollar. 170 for the dollar. Now, Atoforsen, the Bank of Ghana, are putting structures in place. And the cedi that was at 17 once upon a time has shrunk down. Today, as I talk to you folks, it's around 1273. And this is what I'm saying. Oh, this is success. You can't quarrel with it. You can't quarrel with the fact that in 4 months, Mahama and his administration have been able to get the cedi appreciate to a point where it is now selling at 1273. There was 17. Can you quarrel with that? Can you? Why do you even bother to quarrel with that? You know, and what's that? My good nephew, Afenyo marking, come again. There's nothing spectacular about the appreciation of the cedi. It's just because they have refused to pay contractors and they are not spending. So that's it. That has been able to get the cedi appreciate so beautifully. Just listen to a bit of what he said.
Look, do you know why the cedi is stable? No, I want you to understand something. Do you know why the cedi is stable? The cedi is stable not because Dr. Forsen at the finance ministry is doing anything special. It's because government is not spending. It's because contractors are not being paid. It's because there's no liquid in the circulating in the economy.
So folks, I'm trying to understand the logic here. You know, under the MPP for 8 years, the government was not paying contractors either. It's on record. However, during that time, the cedi was depreciating. Okay, Yachi. Now the cedi is appreciating. And if the claim is that it's because the government is not paying contractors, then why that difference? And if the argument is that the cedi is appreciating because the government is not paying contractors, how come it was depreciating when contractors were not being paid? This will let you understand that the other forces, other factors are at work here. It's not simply singling out the payment of contractors as the issue, but there's a combination of factors, a combination of certain structures and policy directions that have been put in place. That is what is making the difference. That is why the cedi is appreciating. One of the first reasons that the cedi is appreciating is this renegotiation with the IMF. You know, we had this external debt thing that we're not paying, and it was almost throwing the country and the economy out of whack. Now, some kind of discussion has been taking place. So, some element of progress has been made in the front of the IMF negotiation. That is adding to the appreciation. The appreciation is because of the discussions that are going on in the front of the IMF program. The second thing is that the BOG is coming up with a very tight monetary and fiscal policy. Very, very tight. Spending is being watched, has not been stopped, and priorities have been developed and are being enforced. And the third is that there's been a lot of foreign exchange market reforms. Reforms are now under place. And the fourth is that there have been improvements in our balance of payments. Go and check it out. There has been consistency and some improvements in our balance of payments. And folks, the fifth is there have been significant inflows from gold and cocoa remittances. There have been significant inflows. And of course, that is adding to the cedi appreciating. And of course, let's not forget that the lower prices of oil on the world market is also, you know. So all I'm saying is this. These things are there and they show success. You can't quarrel with success. You can't just decide, say, because of one reason.
Do you know why the cedi is stable? The cedi is stable not because Dr. Forsen at the finance ministry is doing anything special. It's because government is not spending. It's because contractors are not being paid. It's because there's no liquid in the circulating in the economy.
All I'm trying to suggest is that there are a number of factors going into the planning and why the city is appreciating. And these things, good. I mean, this is what I said in the beginning. The city has appreciated, and I want to talk to every single businessman in Ghana. My own nephew, Afenyo, you're a businessman yourself. This level of appreciation and the enormous benefits that is being accrued by businesses. Tell me, are these just going to be like restricted to NDC businessmen? All these benefits that are coming from the city appreciating, will it be limited to a particular party, or this is for a whole nation to benefit? That's the point I'm saying. So if the thing is for the whole nation to benefit, and the success that has happened has been chalked for the whole nation, why don't we all embrace that success and make sure that it stays? Even if there's something one-to-one to be that you think has not been done, bring ideas. So I like how the city is appreciating. I like the direction. Let's make sure we go in this direction to keep the appreciation of the city, because at the end of the day, we all benefit as a nation. This is where I just want to draw everybody's attention to. Say, yeah, you can be chalked under a partisan accomplishment, but is it an accomplishment that will benefit only members of a particular party, or is this an accomplishment that is going to benefit the whole nation? You know, the prizes are right. It will definitely lead to not only, remember last week what I said? I said inflation means the rate at which prices are rising. So we are all dealing with inflation. It means the prices are going up, but they are not going up fast. They are going slow, or they are going fast. Inflation is just the rate at which it is rising. But I'm telling you this, folks, if it gets to a point where it is actually not that it is not rising fast, though, it is actually dropping. That is called deflation. That is called deflation. In some instances, we have experienced deflation with certain prices. And this is not deflation that is benefiting only a particular party. Say actually, deflation who affect you. Come on, folks. This is benefiting the whole nation. So stop quarreling with success. Stop quarreling with success. If the thing is there and you can see it, it is there. You know, I think the only difference is this. I see Tuforsen and the governor of Bank. I hear they meet every now and every night. Some posts, they are always in meetings in how to develop structures and policies that will go towards the city appreciating. And we are seeing the results. You know, unlike, you know, I remember when Baumia announced this comic team, they lined up the whole, it was like a celebrity list. What a team. What a solid team.
When I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team.
It's not about Kasa. Obian Kasa, Obinim, who is even in the team. All I know is Atufosin and the Bank of Ghana guy. I'm sure it's not just the two of them, but I don't even know who's the team. They have not made any big fuss of the team. They have just kept the focus. Those of you who do screenplay writing, there's something that they used to teach us in class. They say, show, don't tell. If somebody is broke and is so broke that the person cannot even afford to eat, show it, but don't tell it. Like this man is this age and he's broke and he can't eat. Just show that the man has not eaten in 1 week. Show, don't tell. And I think that's what I'm appreciating from Atufor and the Bank of Ghana governor. They are not telling, they're just showing. They are showing us that the city can gain value. Folks, if at one time in the past, the cedi was the worst performing currency, it's on record. We're the worst performing currency in Africa. And if all of a sudden they say the cedi is one of the best performing currencies, you cannot quarrel with success. So let's just all make sure that we get the maximum benefits we can get from the cedi appreciating. Let us all show some confidence in the economy that will just do nothing else but to give the cedi some more vim. And I don't care what party you are, we all want the cedi to appreciate. But don't say me, I belong to a certain party there, so it's nothing. It's nothing. You can't quarrel with success. That's what I said in the beginning. If Accra was the cleanest city in Ghana, Africa right now, nobody can quarrel with it. It's there for you to see. So folks, this is like just after the 120-day program of the NDC. And I'm saying so far, President Mahama, keep the focus. Keep the focus. Whatever you have done to make these changes happen is amazing. Keep the focus. That's all. That's why the other time I was talking about all these distractions. I don't want to bring Sammy Jemfi up by now again, because the same Sammy Jemfi that did something so frivolous that we were bashing him on the gold border here was able to, I think it's as much of $2.7 billion from gold reserves alone. So let's keep the focus on the positive. And let's build this nation, for crying out loud, because when the nation is built and it's grown and it becomes the country that we love, it affects every single person. Everybody is a part of the success of the nation growing. So please, this one was a very, very short one. As you can see, it was just to tell Ghanaians that please, let's stop quarreling with success. I know there's a saying in Twi. Let me say it in Twi, then I'll try and translate it. You say, the own power seminal. So town udiwachi or town on power sem. Udiwachi. Now up so chill. No prawa. What would you know? Unga say, my bro, mami home kakra. No, because udiwachi. In English, it simply says that if somebody doesn't like you and they're coming after you with all the aggression they can think of, and you are running to escape the aggression, you that is running, you don't get to a point where you say, oh, Charlie, I'm a bit tired now, let me take it easy. Take it easy? There's somebody behind you looking for you to grab you and kill you, so you can't afford to rest. So let me put this, it's sad that in a partisan democracy as we have there, there's always one party is happy, the other party is not happy, and the party that's not happy is always looking for faults and looking for things that they can use to hold you. So all I'm saying, President Mahama, keep the focus. This thing on the cedi front will affect everything. It will affect prices of spare parts. It will affect prices of goods. It will affect people's income. It's just like giving people a raise. If you fix the dollar alone, the appreciation of the cedi alone, it's just like you're putting more money in their pocket without increasing their pay. Rent, all these other things, when the cedi appreciates, will be affected. And now from the make say it is for all of us to benefit. So what's the quarrel? What's the competition? Say, we are going to give you 40 years. You can't do what we did in 8 years.
Nyema na nado danko akufo ado. It will be here within 8 years now. It will take NDC over 40 years.
And so be to my the same.
When in the first 120 days, the cedi is appreciating. What is the point in everything competition still amunyade? It's petty. It doesn't help anyone. So let me come back to my issue of nation building. Let's build this nation. Let's support this nation. When it is right, it is right. When it is wrong, it is wrong. And when we have that focus and direction, trust me, we don't have any other option but for Ghana to rise again.
Thank you for making time with us again. We really appreciate your time on the channel, and also appreciate you for choosing us and having trust in our channel. God bless you all for doing that for us. If you have anything bothering you, please don't hesitate to just channel it to our WhatsApp number, which is 0277-128-777, and we will attend to you appropriately. Thank you for doing that. Do share to your friends or any platform you belong to as well. God bless you.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.